A luxury manager tried to kick me out because I looked poor, so I fired him before he could finish the sentence. Have you ever been judged in less than 5 seconds, just because of how you look? Imagine walking into a luxury hotel, minding your business, and before you can even speak, the manager looks at you from head to toe and says, "Sir, I think you're in the wrong place." What he didn't know, he was talking to the owner. Welcome back to the channel. But before we start, I want to know something. Where are you watching from? Drop your country and city in the comments. I love seeing how far these stories reach. And if you enjoy real-life drama, shocking twists, and satisfying revenge stories like this one, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Now sit back, relax, because this story proves one thing: never underestimate someone just because they don't look rich. There's an old saying in retail, dress for the job you want. But in my position, I prefer to dress for the person I want to catch. I'm the regional director for a high-end watch brand. Usually I'm in a bespoke suit, but today I was wearing an old hoodie, stained cargo shorts, and shoes I use for gardening. I walked into our flagship store in the city, a place that averages $20,000 per sale, just to see how my staff treated someone who didn't look like a millionaire. I didn't even make it to the display case before the store manager, Marcus, blocked my path like I was carrying a biohazard. He didn't see a boss. He saw trash that was ruining his store's vibe. He thought he was protecting the brand. He was actually signing his own pink slip. Marcus was known for his high conversion rates, but I'd been getting anonymous complaints that he was profiling customers. I decided to see it for myself. "Sir, the bus stop is outside," Marcus said, not even making eye contact. He was literally holding a silk handkerchief to his nose. "We don't have public restrooms, and we certainly don't have anything in your price range. Please leave before I call security for loitering." The price tag. Test. Focus. The customer's calm refusal to leave, the manager's escalating aggression, and the arrival of the important guests. I didn't move. I pointed to a $45,000 limited edition tour bill in the window. "I'd like to see the movement on that piece. Is it the in-house caliber or the modified Swiss base?" Marcus actually laughed. A cold, mocking sound that made the other 3 customers in the store turn around. "You can't even afford the glass cleaner I'm going to have to use on that case once you leave. You're harassing my staff and making my real clients uncomfortable. This is your final warning." "I'm a customer, Marcus," I said, using his name from his gold-plated tag. "And I'm interested in a purchase. Are you refusing to show me the merchandise based on my appearance?" "I'm refusing because I know a looker when I see one," Marcus snapped. He turned to the security guard. "Derek, get this vagrant out of my store, now." The security guard, Derek, looked hesitant. He was a good kid. I'd seen him offer a bottle of water to an elderly lady 10 minutes earlier. As he approached, I reached into my stained hoodie pocket and pulled out a leather wallet. But I didn't pull out cash. I pulled
out a black and gold corporate ID. I didn't hand it to the guard. I held it up right in Marcus's face. Regional Director of Operations. The color drained from Marcus's face so fast I thought he might faint. Mr. Sterling? I had no idea. We've had so many issues with loiterers lately. You were just proving every complaint I've received about this location," I said, my voice echoing in the silent store. "You didn't see a customer. You saw a hoodie. And in this company, we sell to people, not to outfits." I turned to Derek, the security guard. "Derek, please escort Marcus to the back office. He needs to hand over his keys and his gold manager pin. His employment is terminated, effective 60 seconds ago." Marcus tried to apologize, crying about his commission and his career. I didn't listen. I promoted Derek to floor lead on the spot and spent the rest of the afternoon selling a $15,000 watch to a guy in a tracksuit. Marcus thought luxury was about the clothes you wear. He forgot that the most expensive thing in this store isn't a watch. It's the reputation he just threw away for free. I might look like a vagrant today, but I'm the one who signs the checks. And Marcus? He's officially got all the time in the world to find a new job. Too bad he doesn't have a watch to tell him when the interview starts. The store was hushed, smelling of expensive leather and air-conditioned luxury. 2 high-net-worth regulars, a couple in matching designer linen, were at the far counter, looking over at us with visible disgust. Marcus saw their expressions and his ego went into overdrive. He wanted to show them he could clean up his store. "I'm not going to ask you again," Marcus hissed, stepping into my personal space. "You're breathing on the displays. You're lowering the property value just by standing there. If you don't turn around and walk out that door, I'm calling the police and reporting a suspicious individual casing the vault." I didn't flinch. I just pointed to the $45,000 limited edition tourbillon in the center window. "I'm interested in the movement on that piece. Is it the in-house caliber or the modified Swiss base? And does the power reserve actually hold for the full 72 hours, or is that just marketing fluff? Marcus let out a sharp, jagged laugh. He looked over at the wealthy couple, seeking an audience. Did you hear that? The gentleman wants technical specs. Listen, buddy, you couldn't even afford the insurance on the shipping crate that watch came in. You want the time? There's a digital clock on the microwave in the deli down the street. Go look at that. Marcus, I said, my voice dropping to a calm, dangerous register. A brand's value isn't built on the gatekeeper. It's built on the product. Every person who walks through that door is a potential brand ambassador. Are you telling me that our corporate policy allows for the profiling of guests based on their footwear? I don't care about corporate right now, Marcus snapped, losing his professional cool. I care about my store. And in my store, people like you don't get to ask questions. Derek, get this vagrant out of here before I lose my patience. The security guard, Derek, stepped forward, looking incredibly uncomfortable. Sir, please, just make it easy. I don't want to have to use force. I looked at Derek, then back at Marcus, who was smirking, thinking he'd finally won. You're right, Marcus, I said, reaching into the pocket of my stained hoodie. We should definitely settle this. But first, you might want to see my price tag. Derek, the security guard, reached for my arm, but I didn't move. Instead, I slowly pulled a leather card carrier from my hoodie. I didn't pull out a debit card or a crumpled $5 bill. I flipped it open to reveal the black and gold Executive Regional Director badge, shimmering under the store's halogen lights. The silence that hit the room was deafening. Marcus's smirk didn't just fade, it curdled. He looked at the badge, then at my face, then back at the badge. The silk handkerchief he'd been holding to his nose dropped to the floor. Mr. Sterling? Marcus stammered, his voice jumping an entire octave. The hoodie. The report said you were visiting the Uptown branch today. I was maintaining the brand's exclusive atmosphere. The only thing you've maintained, Marcus, is a lawsuit waiting to happen, I said, my voice cold and echoing off the marble floors. The brand isn't the wood paneling or the champagne in the back. The brand is the respect we show to every person who walks through that door. Today, I was a vagrant. Tomorrow, I could have been a tech billionaire in his weekend clothes. But because of you, I'm just a guy who's never coming back to this store. I looked over at the wealthy couple by the counter. They were staring, wide-eyed. I apologize for the disturbance, folks. Please enjoy a 10% courtesy discount on your purchase today. It's the last executive decision I'm making in this building while this man is the manager. Marcus was shaking now. Sir, please, it was a mistake. I've had the highest sales in the district for 3 quarters. And you did it by stepping on people you thought were beneath you, I replied. I turned to Derek, who was still standing there, stunned. Derek, you handled that with more grace than your boss. You're the new floor lead. Your first task? Escort Marcus to the back to collect his personal items. He's no longer permitted on the sales floor. His access codes are being wiped as we speak. Marcus didn't even get to say goodbye to his regulars. He was walked out the back door in the same atmosphere he tried to protect. I spent the next hour behind the counter, still in my hoodie, talking shop with a kid who'd saved up for 2 years to buy his first entry-level piece. Marcus thought luxury was a wall to keep people out. He forgot that a watch only works if someone is willing to wear it. He's got plenty of time on his hands now, literally. Too bad none of it is billable. The undercover boss trope is a psychological win because it validates the idea that character matters more than clothes.